as according to the FSS 2006 Act number 34 of 2006 chapter 1, in which it is defined as any substance whether processed, partially processed or unprocessed which is intended for the human consumption, and it includes the primary food to the genetically modified or engineered containing such as ingredients in packaged drinking water, alcoholic drink, chewing gums, and any substances including water into the food during its manufacture or preparations or treatment, but does not include any animal feed, live animals, unless they are prepared or processed for on the market for human consumption, plants prior to harvesting, drugs, and the medicinal product. As we know that the FSSAI means the Food Safety and Standards Authority of India, which is autonomous body established under the Ministry of the Health and Family Government of India, and headquarters of FSSAI is in New Delhi. The formulations and information of food safety standards in India, which consolidate a statute related to the food safety and regulations, which will be a food, which means a substance consisting essentially of carbohydrate, protein, fat, vitamins, minerals, and the other nutrients which will be used in the body of an organism, including human beings, to sustain their growth and play a vital process and to furnish the energy. Food which will be usually plant source, animal source, or the fungal origins, and contains the essential nutrients such as carbohydrate, fat, proteins, vitamins, or minerals. The substance which is injected by an organism and assimilated by the organism cells to provide energy, maintain life, or stimulate growth. The functions of the food: first, growth and development; second, muscles; third one, bones and teeth; fourth one, energy; fifth one, healthy bodies; fifth, sixth, fighting disease; seventh, good pains; or eighth, healthy organs. Now they are categorized into the 5 terms. First should be the energy buildings, second growth, third one the repairs, number fourth will be protective, number fifth with the regulatory. Energy buildings means energy can be derived, energy, carbohydrate, fat, and the protein sources, and the will be obtained from there the proteins, minerals, water, carbohydrate, fat, vitamins. Repair of the body, which will be obtained from there the protein, minerals, water, carbohydrate, fat, vitamins. Protective agents, that will be comes from the vitamins and the protein source, and the regulatory ones which will be from there the minerals, vitamins, water, and the fiber. Important physical function is the main one, which is to provide the energy, building, prepare tissues, regulations of the body, process for assistance against diseases. Psychological functions, the food also satisfies the certain emotional needs. Social functions, that will be different caste, classes, caste, and the religions sit and eat together. Now comes on to the food systems. Food systems means from there the farm to fork, means food systems outcomes that will be arise from the relationship between food supply chain actors. We can here see from the farmers up to the productions of the cereals that will be reached towards the consumer tables. Means in between there are several channels, means the producers, processors, wholesalers, retailers, market the crops, then after go towards the consolidated or local traders, then commissioning agent, then wholesalers, processor, retailers, and at last reach towards the consumer tables. Now means the big trends that can be derived from the consumer behaviors, means food safety, for examples organic, all natural or traditional. Convenience means ready to eat or ready to cook on the go foods. Patent point of view means we can take the intake of the functional food nutracity. The United Nations General Assembly has declared the year 2023 as the International Year of the Millets. The main objective of the International Year of the Millets, or the main theme, means the awareness of the contributions of the millet to the food security and the nutrition. Second one is the inspire stakeholders to improve the sustainable productions and the quality of the millets, and totally focus on the enhanced investment in the research and the development and the extension service to achieve the other. The United Nations had designated 2024 as the International Year of Camelids, noting that camelids are an important livelihood for the millions of the people families that live in the most host systems. Food processing is the set of the methods and techniques used to transform the raw ingredients into the food or to transform food into the other forms for consumption by humans or animals, either in the home or by the food processing industry. Food processing is the transformations of the raw ingredients or the chemical means into the food or the food into their other forms. What are the different main processing are as number first should be the prevent the food contamination, food storage and the transportation, which turns raw food materials into the attractive ones. Next is the marketable product, which provide the employment to a large population. The aims of the food processing, which to extend the shelf life to allow time for distribution, sales and the home storage. Second, to increase the variety in the diet by providing a range of attractive flavors, colors, aromas and the textures in the food, collectively known as eating quality, sensory characteristics or organoleptic quality. Number third, to provide the nutrients required for the health, which will be termed as the nutritional quality of the food. Number fourth, to generate the income for the manufacturing company. Now, what are which is the science branch that deals with the techniques that will be involved in production, processing, preservation, packaging, labeling, quality management and distributions of the food product. The field also involves the techniques and the process that are used to transform raw materials into their food, making food items edible as well as nutritious. Food science, which is the distinct field involving the applications of the basic science such as chemistry and the physics, culinary arts, ergonomics and the microbiology. It is a broad discipline concerned with all the technical aspects of the food, beginning with harvesting or slaughtering and the ending with the cooking and the different sectors in the food industry. Firstly, food industries are categorized into the different sectors. Foods like as the fruits and vegetables, milk processing, edible oil and fat processing, meat and poultry processing, fish and sea food processing, sugar and jaggery processing, consumer goods and processing, cereal process. Extent and the type of processing. Firstly, should be the minimally processed foods. These are the processed as the little as possible in order to retain the quality of their fresh food. Generally, the process uses are like the steaming, selling, cutting, slicing and the storage at the low temperatures, that is temperatures. Next is the preserved food. The method of preservation which will be used do not change the character of the product. The frozen peach and the frozen vegetables, dehydrated peach, dehydrated vegetables, canned fruits and the vegetables. Next is the manufactured food. In such product, the original characteristics of the raw food products are lost and some basic method of the preservations are used, and there are using different various ingredients such as like the salt, sugar, iron or even chemical preservative like the pickles, jam, marmalade, squash and the pappers. Number 4 should be the fermented foods. These are the products prepared by mixing and processing of individual ingredients to result in the relatively shelf-stable food products such as bread, biscuit, ice cream, cakes, kulfi. Number 5 should be the food derivatives. In India, components of the food may be obtained from the raw product through the purification. For example, sugar from sugarcane or oil from oil seed. In some cases, the derivatives or the components may be processed further. For example, conservation of oil and the vanaspati. This process is known as the hydrogenation. Number 6 should be the functional food. These are the food that can have a beneficial effect on the human health. For example, through probiotics. Number 7 should be the medical food. These are the used in dietary management of the disease. For example, low sodium salt, lactose-free milk for persons with the lactose intolerance. Now, main questions that will be arise from the here is the Ministry of the Food Processing. Ministers of the food processing industry is the Sri Pasupati Kumar Parash. Ministry of the food processing industry founded in which year? In the 1988. And what are the ultimate aim of the Ministry of the Food Processing? To develop a strong and a vibrant food processing industry, to create increased employment in the rural sectors and also enable farmers to reap the benefits of the modern technology and to create a surplus for export and the stimulating demand for the processed food. Now, the schemes, PMKSY schemes, Pradhan Mantri Kisan Sampada Yojana means under the umbrella central sector schemes, Sampada schemes for agro-marine processing and the development of the APC agro processing clusters with a total allocations of rupees 6,000 crores on 3 May 2017 for the implementation period of the 2010 to 2022 co-terminus with the 14 finance commissioner cycles. Here in these schemes, the ongoing schemes mean the 42 mega food park, 238 integrated cold chain and the value addition infrastructures, 109 food testing laboratory. New schemes mean the creations of the food processing and the preservation capacities, infrastructure for agro processing clusters, and the creations of the backward and forward linkage. And we can here after the central schemes which the ultimate aims onto the supplement agriculture, modernized processing, and the decrease agri waste. Now the schemes of the PMKSY means the mega food park, integrated cold chains, value additions, infrastructure for APC, creation of backward and forward linkage, creation and expansion of the food processing and preservation capacities, food safety and quality assurance infrastructures, and the human resource and the institutions. Now the PLIS FPI, production linked incentive schemes for food processing industry, central sector schemes entailing an outlay of rupees 10,900 crores. The main objective of PLIS FPI to support the creations of the global food manufacturing champion, to strengthen the select Indian brands of food products for global visibility and the wider acceptance in the international market, increase the employment opportunity of farm jobs to ensure the remunerative price of the farm produce, and also for the higher income to the farmers. In the PLIS schemes means to boost up the domestic manufacturing and cut down and import bills. The central government in March 2022 that introduced a PLIS scheme and ultimate aims to give companies incentives on the incremental sales from their product manufactured in the domestic units. In India, the schemes also aims to encourage the local companies to set up or expand the existing manufacturing units. The PLIS scheme has also been approved for the different sectors like automobiles, pharma, IT hardwares, or including laptop, mobile phones, telecom equipment, capital sales, and the textiles. The main features of the PLIS FPI means to support the creations of the global manufacturing champions and support the Indian brands of food products in the international market with an outlay of the rupees 10,900 crores. The first component that will be related to incentivize the manufacturing of the four major food product segments: ready to cook, ready to eat, food processed fruits and vegetables, marine product, mozzarella cheese. It also covers the organic product, free range eggs, poultry, milk, and egg product. The second components relate to the support for branding and the marketing abroad, and that this PLIS FPI duration will be implemented over a 6-year period from the 2021 to 2022 to 2026 to 2027. The expected benefits: expansion of processing capacity to generate the processed food output of rupees 33,494 crores, create the employment for nearly 2.5 lakh persons by the years 2026 to 27. The subjects of the ministry: there are various subjects like the fruits and vegetable processing industry, food grains milling industries like SOEI food, dairy product, processing of poultry and egg, meat and meat product, fish processing, bread, oilseeds, mills, breakfast food, malt extract protein, isolate high protein, food winning foods, and the extrude other ready to eat products, beers including non-alcoholic beers, alcoholic drinks from the non-molasses based, aerated waters, soft drinks, and the other processed foods, specialized packaging for food processing industry, technical assistance and the advice to the food processing industry. Here are the different roles of the Ministry of Food Processing Industry. Should be the strategy role, and the functions of the ministry fall under 3 categories. First should be the policy support development and the promotional, technical and advisory, regulatory. Also interact with the different promotional organizations like APEDA, Agriculture and Processed Foods and the Export Development Authority. Second should be the MPEDA, Marine Product Export Development Authority, Coffee Board, Tea Board, Cassie Board, National Research Development Corporation NRDC, National Cooperative Development Corporations, National Horticulture Boards, and the Forum of the Indian Food Exporters. And the regulatory of the Ministry of Food Processing Industry, which will be responsibility to implement the FPO, means the Food Product Orders, by the enactment of the Food Safety and Standard Act 2006. These regulatory responsibilities are transferred to the Food Safety Authority of India, New Delhi, which will be under control of the Ministry of the Health and the Family Welfare. Now there are two NIPTMs. First should be the NIPTM NIPTM AS means the Kundli Sonipat, means the National Institute of the Food Technology, Entrepreneurship and the Management, that will be situated at the Kundli Sonipat. It will be a higher institute operating under the Ministry of the Food Processing Industries, and they have the visions 2015, which will be investigate the creations of the world-class institution, cater to various stakeholders such as entrepreneurs, food processing industry, exporters, policymakers, government advisors, and this will be conceptualized by the Government of India on persistent demand of the foods industry to have an apex body as a one-stop solution provider for the various problem of the sectors. Minister of Food Processing Industry, Government of India has set up the institute with the initial investment of rupees 500 crores, and the NIPTM conjured